Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode we're walking in Memphis. Topic for this Walking in Memphis, a match that happened during the CWA era of Memphis wrestling, specifically from June 15th, 1979. Some of you may know that date already and know what that means. This is going to be a review of one match. It's a 9-minute video, and I have it down here in the description if you want to watch the video before you watch this review. The reason I wanted to review it is we're obviously just a little bit past the anniversary. It's came up a lot in a lot of my feeds on Facebook and Twitter and on my socials talking about this match. So I decided to go back and watch it, and probably for the first time in at least 5-10 years watch it. The match I'm talking about, a tag team match between Jerry the King Lawler and his partner Superstar Bill Dundee versus the Blonde Bombers, Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris. And if you don't know it just by that description, this is what's been known as the Tupelo Concession Stand Brawl. The very first. AEW even used it as a match stipulation just this year at the time of the recording. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this legendary match, why it's important, what it means to wrestling history. First, we got to start off with the Blonde Bombers, Latham and Ferris. Now, a lot of people may not know the names Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris. However, you may know him better as Moondog Spot, Larry Latham, and the Honky Tonk Man, Wayne Ferris. They pick up a win in a match here, and then directly as soon as the match ends, a brawl breaks out. And this is just fantastic. If you go back and you watch this, especially for someone like myself who's a huge ECW fan, you could see the building blocks of what would become ECW, what would become hardcore wrestling. You could see the building blocks of what would be Memphis wrestling for the next 2 decades. The way this was covered, the way that it seemed so spontaneous that even the cameraman took a while to catch up with it. They fight their way to the back to where the concession stand is, and that's where all hell breaks loose. You see them throwing pickle jars at each other, glass is breaking, mustard's being squirted, old school wooden tables are being used, and they're just brawling it out. This is one of the most epic brawls you're ever going to see, and I know there have been a lot since that are way crazier and did way more, even in Memphis itself. But this is basically patient zero, or the groundwork for, like I said, ECW and the more hardcore style. You could even trace the Attitude Era back to this. These 4 guys put on a clinic, made it compelling, made it look real. I mean, this really blurred the line of what's wrestling and what is reality in a time where kayfabe was pretty much still in effect. There were a lot of people that thought wrestling was fake, but it wasn't an open secret that the matches were predetermined. These guys really go all out here. The funny things are, you get to see the promoter and even at the end Jerry Jarrett come in there, and it's obvious someone at the stadium said to them, make sure they don't touch the popcorn machine, because these guys put themselves in the way of the popcorn machine anytime the feud comes anywhere near that, or the brawl comes anywhere near that. This was just awesome. I mean, you go back and you watch something like this, and it's so historical, and it means so much to wrestling that it's just all inspiring. I absolutely love this. If you've seen my shows before, you know I have a rating scale. I give everything a 1 to 5. For all this, I'm giving an absolute 5. I thought it was amazing. I highly recommend watching that video right there in the description. It is fantastic. With all that being said, I know this is probably a pretty short video, but I kind of wanted to cover it for historical context. Just an awesome moment in the history of wrestling. If you made it to the end here, smash that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't, and if you see where it says join, that's how you become a channel member. Becoming a channel member definitely helps us out here. If you made it to the end, leave me a Tupelo concession stand in the comments. With that being said, my name is George Coles, and we've been walking in Memphis.